advice and support on finance and isolation. But we need your help. Text CHANGE to 70225 to give £5 today, or search Age UK Change.
Home. It's a feeling that grows over time. It's where a bed becomes your sanctuary for some time to yourself, even if it doesn't always go to plan.
Baby, I'm home, I'm home, I'm home.
Oak Furnitureland. Grow your home.
At Vodafone, experience the epic Samsung Galaxy S24 and you can save a huge £576. Plus, translate your calls instantly with Live Translate. Hurry, offer ends 12th November. Vodafone, the nation's network.
Hello, you. Looks like you could be missing out on savings on your mobile bill. It's time you woke up. At USwitch, our experts negotiate with providers to get exclusive Black Friday season deals, so you could switch and save. USwitch. We put you first.
The greatest of all time takes on the most successful heavyweight. Beneath the skin is the anatomy of a king.
One of the most epic fights in the history of the UFC.
Go.Compare sponsors the Autumn Nation Series on TNT Sports.
4-point game in the Principality. Just give you the heads up, England had a resounding 8-wicket victory in the first test against the West Indies in the T20 in Barbados. They go again tonight, 7:30 on TNT1. And don't forget, we're up in Murrayfield to visit of South Africa as they get up and running in this ANS series. But let's get back to this one. It is Wales over a 4-point lead over Fiji. Ali Eakin, all yours.
So the 15 men of Wales find their way out onto the turf. And the Fijians still playing with 14 for one further minute of this second half before the 20-minute red elapses. We won't be seeing Sami Randrandra again, but we will be seeing a replacement Fijian. All to preserve the integrity of the competition. The 20-minute red, in case you were wondering what it's all about. Trying to make sure there are 15 against 15 for the most part. That's the logic behind it all.
It certainly is. A lot of the foul play in inverted commas we see are often mistakes. So, to give an example, in the Gallagher Premiership, only twice has a red-carded team gone on to win. So we want people to be engaged, protect the contest, and that's exactly what we've got on our hands here.
Wales with this slender advantage, just 4 points. 2 tries, the penalty try and the Blair Murray score. And Tomas Williams sending it up again to be challenged. Murray didn't gather it. Wainagolo frees up those arms, and on goes Duranalangi. So dangerous in those 5-metre channels, Fiji. Now they're going to open it up on the other side. Ikanaveri. Tuisova. Fiji haven't really been able to involve him properly in the way that they might like. And so destructive, of course, over the years from the wing, but as a target man, it hasn't been that effective so far this afternoon. Plenty of time left, of course. Here he is again. Tawake.
Yeah.
And a penalty advantage, a full-blown penalty.
But offside. Okay.
Yeah, Tommy Reffel legal, just deemed offside, we can hear from the referee.
Captain.
Wales doing well to double tackle and challenge that ball so they can't get offloads. It is stunting Fiji's attack.
The red card is a 20-minute red card. Yes, sir. So it's coming up now. Yes, sir. No, offside. 14.
Okay, so Sorelli Mangala is on for Fiji, and they have a full complement now. Mangala plays his rugby with Bayonne. He's actually the leading try scorer in the top 14 this season, 8 tries, so a man that the Welsh
14.
need to be very wary of. In the meantime, Muntz
13.
has the opportunity to cut the deficit to just 1. Just enough curl on it from Muntz. He's having a very influential match this afternoon. Wales 14, Fiji 13.
I'm glad they've taken the 3. The thing with Fiji, which is good today, is that they know they have to stay within arm's length of Wales. If they can stay within a score, we know with the players Fiji got, they can just turn nothing into something. And we'll probably see that at some point in this second half. They never want the game to drift beyond 7. They can stay within 7. As a Welsh perspective, you always know that threat is always there, and Fiji are always going to be in the game.
Use it.
I think I might just have spurred Josh Tuisova into life. He's made about 10 metres with 4 men hanging off him then. A lovely break here from Winnett, beyond halfway, Wales in possession. Gareth Thomas, little tip on. Anscombe. A big old contest. Blair Murray is after it, and he secured the ball very effectively. Griffin. Beard. A little bit wider than perhaps the Fijians were expecting. Here's Wainwright using Thomas. Deep inside that 22. Wales coming forward to excellent effect at the moment. Anscombe, that look forwards from Thomas Williams. Ben Thomas goes to ground, they're 5 away. Griffin on the carry. A little bit of support, but driven back by Ronnie Maui and friends. Rowlands. Tiny bit of footwork buys him another metre or so, but the Fijians win turnover ball. Outstanding.
It's some really good defence, but Will Rowlands fight a bit more. 5 metres out, knowing that Fiji are on their goal line and they're going to try and spoil your ball. The way in which he collapses to the floor and makes it a contest. When you're only a few metres away, you have to fight, stay on your feet, be better in contact just to mitigate against the threat that Fiji will show at that breakdown there.
So a couple of new figures about to appear. Nicky Smith will come on the loose head for Gareth Thomas. And Jack Morgan is preparing for battle as well. Rowlands is being patched up. Jack Morgan will replace Tommy Reffel. Kieran Asarati on at tight head for Griffin. And Elias at hooker as well. So a whole new front row deployed by Warren Gatland.
I never quite get why coaches wait 3 or 4 minutes into the set. Should do it half time, or I don't know.
This is the moment as far as Warren Gatland is concerned. Really fascinating times for Warren Gatland, with Welsh rugby as ever in a very perilous position. He's developed and he's exposed a huge amount of youth over the course of the last year, fast-tracking the next generation. He's used 13 uncapped players across 2024. But I think there's a call now for settled selection, Sam.
Yeah, the crowd are giving Jack Morgan a lovely welcome back onto the field. Hasn't played for Wales for quite some time, since the World Cup, where he was Wales' best player, was magnificent. He's a welcome sight back. Archie Griffin walking off there. I think he's had an excellent afternoon as well, carried very well. So is that man, Dewi Lake. Dewi Lake and Archie Griffin, really like those two lads. They've had a good afternoon.
So Jack Morgan on the field and assuming the captaincy now as well, with Dewi Lake departing. He's had knee troubles, he's had hamstring troubles, couldn't train last week with a side strain, we understand, so a welcome return, a class act. Somebody who'll be threatening for the Lions tour, you would expect, next summer. First carry here for Elias, a meaningful one as well. Anscombe, Llewellyn, Winnett. Plumtree, held by Mayana Vanua.
No hands!
Elias to Thomas, and Costello gone down. Unfortunate. It was building quite promisingly. There's a big old disruption, the Mason Grady exit early on, with a 6-2 split on the bench, as you mentioned, Sam. The options very, very limited. I know teams plan for potential situations, scenarios like this. Nevertheless, how many times was Sam Costello been deployed on the wing?
I can't remember it, you know. I can't even remember him playing like 15 much even at Scarlet's level. And Mason Grady in shot there, you know, he would have been a primary ball carrier for Wales. You look at Fiji's back line, they've probably got 4 guys who can give them really good punch off first phase, off set piece. Wales now probably only got Max Llewellyn, so it does limit them a little bit. Ben Thomas can carry somewhat. Max Llewellyn's the only real power player to send up on a first phase, for example.
Lamani whips it out to Silva. And put on its way by Mangala, and here's Muntz looking to bring in Maestalevu, but no, he goes himself, dragged down by Ben Thomas by the shoulder. Lamani, quick ball for Fiji.
Tackle now.
Can't quite get that offload away. Tuisova might not need the offload. He's going to wrestle his way to the 22. Mangala. A little bit of space opening up for Ikanaveri. Romani to Muntz. Again, through the gain line. Fiji on the front foot. And rewarded with the penalty.
Caleb Muntz.
On the way, and you prevent the clean out.
What a game he is having. I mean, whether it's through the middle or out wide, connecting, kicking all of his points, he's been electric today. This is really nice, but I love his first to want to stay involved in the game, so picks up a second touch here.
Hobson.
Lovely pump.
Shot goal.
This is just over the shoulder here, and then he finds himself back into another position where he's carrying through the middle. And he's been very good off the tee. I mean, it's currently Wales 14, Muntz 13. He's going to look to add another 3 points to it. He is the sole reason as to why Fiji might be heading into the lead at this point in the game.
Fiji in front. A nervousness all around the Principality Stadium. It really is a big day for Welsh rugby. They've never beaten the Welsh in Cardiff, Fiji. And remember, 7 out of their 14 meetings have been decided by 7 points or fewer. It is invariably very, very tight. And this is huge for Warren Gatland today. Australia and South Africa next. No win in 2024. So important that they launch their campaign here today. Get the win here today, otherwise they're going to be mighty difficult to come by. Mangala, brilliant offload. Driven up by Duran Alangi. And Fiji so good when flooding through the channels. Moving the point of attack. Muntz again. Finding space where there really didn't seem to be any. Nicky Smith with the tackle for Wales. Lamani to the air, and Winnett does well.
Ball there. Hold in front.
Romani.
Come back. Retreat right.
Muntz on the chase, and Winnett has a little bit of time, but he's cut down low. Williams,
This is
smart
excellent.
option. It's a 50-22. It's going to be a Wales line-out. And that's just one of the reasons Thomas Williams is rated so highly. Game management.
It's got to be one of the best nines in Britain and Ireland at the moment. I thought it was exceptional in the Six Nations last year, flying in the Gallagher Premiership. Perhaps the best player in the league at the moment. And that game control was Fiji trying to break it apart. One decent kick and very good field position now for Wales.
Elias sends it on its way, and Max Llewellyn is sent on his way, crashing up the middle. Wales assemble hard to the left. Big numbers, and Ben Thomas has dropped the ball. Was that forwards? It was. Blair Murray thought he was away. But a handling error in the midst of it all. Agony for Warren Gatland.
There is a forward pass for me.
It's a real shame Ben Thomas, who orchestrated the first try. But when you have a look at this angle and the space that Wales preserved, oh my word, it's a 3-on-1. That's why Warren Gatland has got his head in his hands. Could really get a sense of pressure, disappointment. There's such a desperation because of the poverty of their performances this year that something like that has an extra sting to it, doesn't it, Sam?
Well, that's it, and Fiji conversely looked suddenly way more comfortable balling now. Now they're in the lead. Wales, their last two attacks now they've had in this second half have just been handing errors. It's almost like they've lost a little bit of confidence. They've been rattled a little bit by Fiji crawling their way back into the game. And where Wales were so clinical in the first half, great ball skills, that's just dipped off second half.
You just remove the strap.
You can feel the nervousness as well here, Sam. A lot of anxious Welsh supporters. They've been starved of success. This run that the Welsh have been on, very regrettable, but there have been good mitigating reasons. We've spoken about the experimentation, the drafting of the youth, but the union as a whole, with Nigel Walker, the CEO, under pressure. There is a story almost every week surrounding Welsh rugby that doesn't paint it in the best of lights. It's a very, very difficult time, this.
Yeah, it is. You can imagine in Wales, people like listening and hearing about what's going on in rugby, and everything that happens in Welsh rugby is under the microscope at the minute. And that's why you feel they just desperately need to get a win, just to get that monkey off the back. There's a lot of nervous fans. Credit to the 50,000-60,000 who turned up today, but this game still would have been a sellout going back a few years ago. It just shows a little bit of confidence has been lost in the Welsh Rugby Union for the general public.
Well, they're trying to turn up the heat at scrum time, and Fiji just about doing enough to scramble their way to the 10-metre line. The clearance, needless to say, from Muntz is very, very strong, but the scrum just looked as if it was creaking a little, and nobody in Wales wants to see this man down. Friendly fire from Tane Plumtree as Thomas Williams come firing across.
Orbs, why are you forward so clumsy? Honestly.
You're blaming Tane Plumtree, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think he can stay on there. I'm not sure what's happened. If it's anything through his head, then we're definitely not going to see him, given the behaviour he's displaying. Look, great commitment for Thomas Williams to charge it down, but it looks like he's banged himself on the back of the head, so unlikely that we're going to see him for the next minimum 7, likely 12 days.
I'm not sure it was a head. I thought he caught him kind of in between the shoulder blades.
Yeah, it's uncomfortable either way, but it's almost an illustration of the lack that Wales have been having. Probably your most energised player, in-form player, and he gets taken out by one of his own players. So we hope that he's okay.
Look at that, he's testing his shoulder now, so that's what the docs are looking at. Just check he's got enough power to carry on playing. If he's really weak in that position, he's going to be taken off. So they'll make that call now.
because we had a brilliant game yesterday, didn't we, at Allianz Stadium, Twickenham. I thought Marcus Smith was sensational. But Caleb Muntz today, as an individual, and how he's carrying his team, whether it be territory, the try he scored, the conversions and the penalties, and he's putting in a shift defensively as well. An outstanding player.
You can hear that audible relief from Welsh fans here, with Tomos Williams able to take his place beside this line-out. And it's Plumtree who did the damage, who claims the ball, and the drive is good. Elias and Beard. Fiji infringing. Penalty given up here. Anscombe to Thomas. Anscombe on the loop. Into the 22, but Vainingolo will gather it in, and they'll be brought back for that penalty. So, question to answer here for the Welsh. They have a crack at the sticks, they pump it into the corner, Sam.
That's a big line-out throw from Ryan Elias. Fiji threw a player in front of the Welsh jumper and behind. If Wales win that, you know you're in, because Fiji have got 6 players involved in a lift or a jump. So Wales secured that ball, and they can assemble men around that ball and get the momentum going forward. It's a great line-out from Ryan Elias. He hit his darts really well there. Just need to match it up now in this 22-metre. This is when it really matters. They built for the penalty. Now is when you need to deliver. The last 2 attacking sets, Wales have failed to get that final pass to stick. Can they show the accuracy now?
Well, Anscombe has put them within range. Probably could have used a few more metres, a little bit tighter to that 5-metre line, but great opportunities. Elias picks out Beard, and this drive, which the Welsh have drawn dividends from when they've got it moving here this afternoon, begins again. Still with Elias. Ronnie Maui staying in there. Out comes the ball. Thomas. Huge tackle from Naithalevu. Massive shot. And Wales retreat in a hurry. Williams, again, driven off the ball, this time by Mangala. That's another penalty. Williams is away. Not standing on ceremony, the Welsh scrum half. He knows now is the time, now is the moment. Rowlands unable to get moving, really. They are on that 22-metre line. Elias again. Wales getting full value for money out of their hookers this afternoon on the carrying front, that's for sure. In behind Anscombe. Oh, Thomas has missed it. Here come Fiji. And it's loose again, and Winnett pops it over the top to Costello.
Gatland's got his head in his hands. Naithalevu had his shoulder in the middle of the chest of Fiji here. How about this? That is timing, absolutely superb. And Anscombe, his ability to be able to read the play, see what's at the line and that threat, push off. We've seen some illegal tackles, but you can be physical and you can be legal. That is perfectly executed there.
That is where 13 earns his money in defence. That is when they read that one shot. That's a massive momentum-changing shot. 8 dominant tackles from Fiji. That's what's kept them in the game. It's allowed them to compete on the floor as well. But Naithalevu's had a difficult time at Sale to start his season. Right back showing the sort of defensive form he showed in the World Cup last year. Great shot.
Don't often talk about Fiji's defence enough, but that was a line-out on their 5-metre line. Now they're up to the 40, looking to clear. Excellent defensive work.
Huge momentum shifter, that tackle for sure. Lamani breaks. Muntz sends it out for Karawalevu.
Here's it. Tackle! Hey! Jack. Foot. Use it, line. All there.
Winnett rides that challenge well, tries to force the ball back, and Welsh have committed sufficient numbers.
Not on the wall. Use it, line.
Each side just being a little bit cagey at the moment in the middle third. And Muntz is buried in the tackle. Romani feeds it out. I don't think the box kick tennis is really a Fiji speciality.
I think Lomani's been good this afternoon, though, in doing that. He hasn't naively forced his Fijian team to play. I think their kick chase could be a little bit better. They kick to compete.
Another huge tackle on Gareth Anscombe, and Fiji have got the ball, and they're heading towards the 22, and they're beginning to feel it here. Driving on with Salawa.
I thought Fiji had been box kicking, which is the right decision, but their chase hasn't been great. That was what they wanted. That was perfect length. It was man and ball. They need to get Lomani to keep kicking like this. This is a good example. The one just before was slightly too long. But that timing is, maybe if you look at that, win its feet, don't just hit the ground. We're going to have a look at this. I think it's Wainakolo. Oh, it's Anscombe. He does well, Anscombe. That's quite experienced play, keeping his knees up.
That's okay. That's fine for me. Good timing.
It's good timing for everybody except Gareth Anscombe, who will be feeling his ribs, I think, in the morning. A couple of huge shots have come in on him in the last handful of moments. Change being made by Fiji in the front row. Hareti Hetet replacing a Ronnie Maui on the loose head side. There goes Maui, familiar figure to Gallagher Premiership viewers. Plying his trade with Saracens, of course.
Coach! Bind! Sit!
Lomani breaks left, space opening up here. Naitha Levu clattering forwards, the offload is brilliant. Mangala's close, tries to roll, knows he has to set it up. Fiji assemble, out it comes. Thana Kaivata driven to the ground, desperate defending from those in red. These are the moments right here. Lomani, potentially a bit of width. Tuisova slips past one, slips past two. Joshua Tuisova makes his mark. Fiji driving towards the finish line with 20-odd minutes to play. And a little bit of clear water now.
Well, that was great ball skills from Fiji. Tuisova finally getting the one-on-one that he wants. Wales have managed to double up at him for the most part of this game, but he finally gets some space, and one-on-one, he's so difficult to defend. This is the box kick we're looking at. Get the ball back. I'm not sure why we're looking at that again, but this is great. They got the ball in the 22. Blair Murray vitally misses that tackle, but one-on-one Joshua Tuisova, he is so difficult. Wainakolo. Just listening to the referees, it's all clear, nothing's going to get pulled back. But it was nice Halevi who was offered, I thought was the crucial moment of that, just kept that attack flowing. They managed to keep the speed of ball, and Wales couldn't get into any good defensive shape.
8 Wales.
So this is where it all started from. Gareth Anscombe, he wasn't happy about it because I thought it was an early tackle, but the finish here from Tuisova, I mean, when you talk about a mismatch and trying to create some of these field positions and one-on-ones, he is so powerful. I was man crushing about his legs earlier because they're dynamic, they're powerful, deadly.
On comes James Botham and Chris Chunzer as well for the Welsh. Will Rowlands making way.
There's two good athletes on for Wales now. Botham and Chunzer, both dynamic, both great athletes. They're going to need to provide something ball in hand to help go forward in the defensive line for some collision. Need a big impact from those two, the Welsh team now.
Oh dear, out on the full and fresh off the back of conceding 5 points. Ben Thomas has fluffed his lines on the restart, and that is a big old boost to the Fijians. nervousness will begin to creep from the fans onto the field. And the Welsh will know that there are some very high stakes this afternoon.
It's quiet in here now. It's quiet. We've had the opening quarter electric. Then we had the odd Mexican wave in between all the yellow cards and reviews. And that is almost a needle to a balloon, just taking the oxygen and the air out of this place. And it's kind of this reciprocal relationship, isn't it, between the players and the fans. The players really need the fans right now, but the fans are waiting for the players to do something about it.
Yes, it, please.
Such a proud rugby nation. So much wonderful history and tradition. But at the moment in a dark place and needing to find something to dig them out of this hole here.
Thank you. Retreat white.
It's gone almost straight up in the air from Karawa Levu. It's a brilliant take.
Ball out.
Costello underneath that one. First carry from Jim Botham. Elias into Durenalangi. Tomas Williams sniping through the middle of the ruck. Fiji contesting, but they've come off their feet. They've given up the penalty. Chunza to Plumtree. Anscombe. Thomas. Nicely done. Quick work from Costello. And Winnett drops it. But back we come for the penalty against Fiji on halfway.
16, not supportive body weight.
It's good from Anscombe. Put them right in the zone. And they need this noise now. They need leadership, they need composure, and they need points. Maybe it's time for the boss man to start prowling the touchline.
4 subs. Thank you. We'll organize that. Okay.
Gareth Anscombe making his way off. So Ellis Bevan is with us, but Tomas Williams stays at scrum half, and Max Llewellyn gathers man and ball. Williams to Costello. And it comes again. Costello once more. Thomas. Nice line from Winnett. 5 metres out from the try line now. Smith. Bundled backwards. Good drive from Morgan. Excellent leg drive. Stayed in the fight. Punched his way through contact. Costello now. Oof. Did so well to get that away. Winnett makes space. And in they go. Ellis Bevan. First time playing inside the Principality for his country. And he has scored a vital try. Life breathed into the Welsh challenge in the nick of time.
Jack Morgan's carry just before that creates a little bit of momentum, and then it's the back line connecting the dots, preserving that space, and then getting the ball into the hands of the people who can occupy it the best. That's the exact type of response that this crowd needed, that this nation, this team needed. Been really nervy up until this point. Massive kick now from Sam Costello.
Oof, just across the face. Wales remain 2 points shy now, but they're back in the hunt, and Warren Gatland's back in his seat.
This is Morgan's carry, what I'm talking about. How many players, 3, 4 around? That extra punch creates that space, and Ellis Bevan, his first touch of the game, brings Wales within touch and distance.
Which side? Thank you.
Made his debut for Wales in June against the South Africans at Twickenham. And the Cardiff man marking his first appearance here with a really, really important score. Botha.
Use it 9.
The bench
No, taken back.
being brought to bear to pretty good effect. 13 minutes remaining. Haroa Levu stopped in his tracks.
No, leave it, leave it, leave it, Petey. One new. Available. No, step back. Use it 9.
Simi Kuravoli playing 9 now for Fiji in place of Frank Lamani. Tap back by Chunza. It's fallen for Taranalangi. It's gone backwards, but Kuravoli setting off. Tackled by Plumtree. It's all a little chaotic, but it might just be the way Fiji like it. Muntz once again jinking through the traffic. Vothe for Fiji now.
Vante there. Back. Yeah. 5. You're in front of the cartel. Obstruction.
That's gone against Adam Beard. It's from a long way out, wide on the right-hand side, 5 meters in.
Thank you.
Beard, the man who got bundled out of the way because he was seen to be obstructing.
Yeah, getting really good success on that box kick, particularly in their second half, Fiji.
Yeah.
Just when Wales are getting some momentum, they just put a pin in that balloon. It's a vital penalty for Fiji, just to take another minute, potentially get 3 more on the board. They're going for gold and going for the corner.
Yeah, he's looking for that kind of banana kick. Muntz off the outside edge of the boot, just bending it into the 22 to set up this field position. And you really feel we're in the guts of it now.
It's massive now, isn't it, for Wales? Really got a front up. The driving more actually has been relatively successful, hasn't it, Sam?
But this is where you look for your leaders now. This is where the coaches see which Welsh players are bold in defence, making the calls from a leadership perspective. Do they jump? Do they stay down? Who's going to have a big moment at the breakdown? This is where your leaders stand up in these moments where you're 2 points down, you're desperate to get the ball back.
What a drive this is from Fiji to within 5 meters of the Welsh line. Kuravoli wants it. He has it now. Through the middle they go. So close. Kuravoli waits. Mayada Vanua is to his left. Here's Sam Matavesi. Kuravoli tries to go aerial over the top.
No, finish now. Step back.
Everything on this, you feel. Hetet for Fiji.
Step.
They're tightly packed at the moment. Just Levu hugging this left-hand touchline. Wales putting everything they can into this defensive effort. They've knocked it on, Fiji. And a wave of relief all around the stadium here. Bodies on the line. And it's done the job. That pressure, that defensive pressure. Just a little nibble at the ball.
Normally there's a sneaky intervention from a Welsh player there, but it wasn't. It just seems like a little bit of a lack of composure from Fiji. Just desperate to get that ball from the base of that ruck. Bit of a lifeline for Wales. Still got a scrum to get out of. You think Fiji will throw absolutely everything at this Welsh scrum just to keep them pinned down in this half.
It's 9 minutes to go. The home nation so far, 3 matches against the Southern Hemisphere, 3 tight matches. We're yet to win one, but that's the challenge for Wales.
Knock on by White, sorry.
2-point deficit and a huge amount to play for.
$400 days. 400 long days they've waited for a victory, the Welsh. Their last test win against Georgia in Nantes at the Rugby World Cup last October. beaten thereafter by Argentina in the quarterfinals. The defeat that began this slide, began this unwanted run. They've secured the ball though, and they've managed to clear it away for a little bit of respite. What are you saying as a captain in this moment, Sam?
Territory's everything. You can't be naive. Look, it's still a long time in the game. Fans will think that clock is creeping down, 72. You just got to try and fight for territory. Try and creep up that pitch. Don't be naive and try and run it from your own half now, so you run into trouble. You got 3-4 minutes to get the 77 minutes to try and just fight for territory, get in the Fiji third, and then you've got one chance to go for it. There's a good start.
Excellent work from Plumtree in the line out. They've stolen it from Fiji. And they'll look for territory. And Williams will give them that. It'll be taken quickly. And Karawalevu sets off. Skipping through the tackles. Straight off their feet at the ruck. Referee unmoved. Up she goes. In comes Winnet, measures this well and waits for the impact from Tuisova. Oh, the ball squirts out and away they come. Thrim Mangala. Desperation from Wales again. Vothe is on the ball. And they have an advantage. Kuravoli feeds Tuisova. Bang! Off you go. Muntz spreads it wide. Fiji are in again. A stunning score. And everything that is good about the Fijians. The way they operate, the way they pounce, the moments they seize.
It's brilliant, but is that final pass forward? That would be what I'm checking. The lack of being able just to manage this here, but look how quickly the Fijians get into attack. This is excellent. And then moving the ball into really good space. The timing here from Tuisova, but this pass here, oh, that looks forward to me. It looks forward. Caleb Muntz has done everything right.
Goodness. It's going to be chalked off, and rightly so, I think. Just floated forwards out of the hand, didn't it? Tiny bit. Yeah, actually quite a lot. And Vuati Karawalevu will have to put his celebrations on hold.
Okay, Captain. Yeah, the ball from forward.
So much drama.
But Fiji on penalty advantage, and they still get the penalty.
Offside, 5, never back.
And they're going for goal. They're going for goal to extend their lead from 2 to 5 with 5 minutes to play. They're going to bank some chips.
Wales caught offside. Just to mention Joshua Tuisova, he's had two. Well, this second half, they got him involved so much more. 2 massive interventions. Great kick chase. That kick chase wasn't enough. He gets up and he fights through the contact to win the ball back with a great counter ruck. And then his fend to create the overlap for Muntz. I know they didn't get away with it, but it forces the pressure. He's been massive this second half for Fiji.
Too late. No, he's not on the 50. He's there.
Muntz taking Fiji ever closer to a first win in Cardiff.
These are the moments that Fiji need to try and create 1v1. I tell you now, there's not many players. I think he is the single most powerful player and dangerous player one-on-one in World Rugby. Fiji just got to manufacture as many of those as they can.
Extraordinary fend.
Use it.
To set it all up. And now there is a 5-point difference, and we're into the final 5 minutes. I think Thomas Williams got a hand on that. Thomas having to work really hard to feed this back.
No hands.
Here's Nicky Smith. Costello. Both. He's done really well. Front foot ball here for the Welsh, but it's slow. Plumtree, Costello, Winnett, losing Murray. Fijians all around him. Beard. How much more can the Welsh muster from here? Thomas finds the width, finds Murray. He can't find that inside channel. And a friendly teammate. The ball is back with Fiji. And now they've got 3.5 minutes to try and control things.
Fiji now, in terms of tempo, got to play the game at their pace. They're in control of this pill, they're in control of the scoreline and the current result at the moment. Caleb Munt has been such a calming presence. Get air on this ball, kick it as far as you can. And the challenge now to Wales is, can you score from 70 metres?
Sharp work from Winnett. Morgan beyond halfway, full of resolution. Long way to go here for the Welsh. Azerati, the provider. Thomas tries to get it away. Tuisova's after it, hacks it forwards.
Same challenge. Can you score from 80? 2.5 minutes to go. Warren Gatland, his coaches, his players, they're all feeling the same emotion right now.
You just nailed it, Hugo. This is where Fiji have changed. They haven't got carried away. They won possession back and they went to the territory game. That's where Fiji is different to Fiji teams that might have naively tried to play in the past. They keep putting the pressure back on Wales and asking them to try and get back at the pitch, and they've managed the second half very well.
Just maybe the comfort as well of that chemistry. So many of them playing with the Fijian Drua in Super Rugby. That understanding, that belief in each other. Karawalevu trying to run his way out of trouble. He might just do that. Straightens well beyond the 10-metre line. Big competition over the ball. Morgan not too far away. Wanagolo, most elegant of punches downfield.
Threw it up like a beach ball.
Here's Winnett. Wales approaching now or never time. 90 seconds to claw this 5-point deficit back. Costello, little tip on Azerati in the midfield. And the tackle made by Thanakaivata. Quick handling, finding a little bit of space for Bevan. That was high. And the penalty's been given up.
He's falling. Only PK. 18.
And it's gone against Kora Ndua. Costello's gone hard at the line. He's dug it 10 metres inside the 22. And there are options here for Wales. Last chance saloon. No win in 9. 10 defeats would equal their worst run. 10 seconds remaining. Possession in the Fijian 22. Williams instructing. It's a good drive from the Welsh. Williams breaks. In comes Murray. Began the scoring for the Welsh. Plumtree has to keep it tight. Elias, it's gone forwards. Fiji have it, and they still want to attack. Clock in the red. The game is done. Not for Fiji. Hold on to the ball here, and it's all over. Kuravoli into touch. Game over. A landmark Fijian win. A historic first in Cardiff. And a result that plunges Welsh rugby into fresh depths. 10 defeats in a row. Still without a win this year. It's equalled their worst run ever. And the pressure now on Warren Gatland, immense. It's Fiji's day. And they've squeezed it by 5 points. Full time. Wales 19, Fiji 24.
What a game here at the Principality. Unbelievable show of character, connectivity, and bouncing back from a thumping defeat last week. Fiji have come to Cardiff, and Fiji have hit fever pitch. So many quality players, but that fella there, Caleb Muntz, he's an Autumn Nation Series player of the match. Every single point almost came from him. His sense of control, the try he scored, and continuously keeping Wales at arm length. We always live in this parallel universe in elite sport of devastation and elation, and for Fiji, what a moment in time, what a moment of history.
Well, the dejection is clear for all to see on the Welsh players who've given so much this afternoon, but they've come up short. There's a cumulative effect of losing 9 on the spin, Hugo. It's a hard thing to deal with mentally, psychologically. And in those moments when they needed their composure, when they